What's up? This is Erra, Nigh to Silence, a new single that dropped last night. I'm just taking a break from some uploads of requests to do a newer song. I mean, one for the exposure, and two, I really love Erra. Their last album was one of the best albums I've heard in a long time out of any genre, so I'm looking forward to this. Again, this is Erra, Nigh to Silence. I'm doing the Spotify version to try to get some of that really hard split of the different tracks, like instrument trackings. I like that about Spotify, and sometimes the YouTube version isn't all that great. So here we go. Oh, soft start. I wasn't expecting that. Wow, really soft start. I like the bass at the bottom. That's an interesting guitar sound. Not just the moving acoustic. I think it's acoustic, but the kind of the ringing lead. Ooh. Whoa. Okay. Very genty. The crunchiness is a huge contrast to the way this opened up. I love that riff. Really bouncy. Oh man. Oh, they're bringing it back, okay. Some interesting drum decisions right here during this chorus. Really slowing it down with the crashes and a little bit of ghost note stuff there. I like the switch to the hi-hat halfway through the chorus. Even just the guitar tracking in the chorus is just kind of different. There's a lead in the far back, way up there. And then just some very slow strumming of the chords. Okay. I like the panning of the bass riff, or the kind of the rhythm riff. Back to the gentiness. I just love the way the guitars sound in this album. They're so thick, but not like overbearing in the chord. Man, that sounds fantastic, that riff. Oh, those toms. What? Okay. Are we just gonna get like a huge breakdown? This is nasty. It's all over here right now, the guitar. Oh shit. Nice. Dude, that is disgusting. Holy cow. Of course. Nope. Slowing it down a little bit. Nice. The sound of this guitar right now reminds me of Remnant from the album. Okay. I love the focus on the lead guitar right here, because it's kind of been in the back the rest of the song. You know, they usually have some sort of tappy lead that's a little bit hidden in a lot of their choruses. Yeah, this is just such a weird pace for a chorus section. From both the guitar, like just from a rhythmic standpoint, from the guitars and from the drums. clearly keeping the moving lead as well. But that's just standard era. Like I said earlier, I do like to switch to the hi hat halfway through the chorus, and then he goes back to the crash here. I mean, I gotta say the chorus is the weakest part of the song so far, but at least I mean, it's typical Erra. They keep it interesting. Oh, is that it? Oh, dang. I was hoping for some more just crushing heaviness at the end, but I mean, I would put that up there and right in the middle, I would say, of the rest of the tracks off of this, the last album they put out. Sounds like this is going to be an EP with the Vanished Canvas version with what's her name and maybe a couple other songs, it sounds like. And yeah, I would put this right square in the middle of the rest of the album, which is a compliment. The last album they released, just because that album, I mean, was so good in my eyes. Uh, I mean, the mix sounded exactly the same as far as just the heavy crunchiness of the guitars. Like they don't lose much of the what I would call the mids, but they still have a huge low end, which is pretty important because sometimes the mids brings out more character in the guitar, and the having a heavy low end muddies it. I think of like Josh Travis sometimes when I think of like almost too muddy of a low end. Um, but I mean, I feel like they have a really good medium on this mix and from the album. I really love the way that they have the dueling guitar. It's not even really I would consider like dueling guitars like in a solo, but it's more so a focus on having like a moving lead over top of a rhythm section that's also moving and not just like straight, chords. Uh, they don't do a whole lot of just the straight like strumming, stuff like that. Usually it's some kind of like movement or different rhythms that they throw in there and some syncopation that keeps, like I said, I use the word interesting. It's a really dumb, easy basic way to phrase it, but it makes you really kind of focus on what's going on and not just kind of zone out to just some straight up strumming that's going on. Their lead work, like I said earlier, I would take more of that in the chorus. The first thing that comes to mind to me is in Snowblood. During the chorus, there's a lead that's hidden way back there. You can't really even hear much of it, but it's definitely there, especially with Jesse's vocals over top of it. I would just take a little bit more of that in the mix. Like it's clearly in the background for a purpose, and they brought it to the forefront, I think, in the last chorus there. But I would always take a little bit more of that when they do it, because they do it a lot. I mean, not to hate on Erra, but they tend to go back to the same, song ideas quite a bit. I mean, a fast-paced, crazy, chaotic riff for the verse with some, pretty fast blast beat type drum work, and then moving into a more of a slower, crash heavy chorus with, Jesse going off in the vocals, and definitely a tapping, moving lead, and then a crazy, riff with the rhythm guitar underneath. That's Erra to a T, but it's something that they do very well, and it's something that I enjoy quite a bit from them. Bass work, I mean, I definitely could hear a lot of bass in the beginning, and then it seemed like it kind of was following a lot of the guitar, rhythm guitar stuff for the rest of the song. And again, I probably just don't have a good ear for it, so I apologize if I missed some stuff. Drum work, I mean, it sounded great again. I mean, I love the way the drum kit is mixed in this album, or the previous album, and on this song. Just really thick, heavy toms, which is huge for me, and a lot of clarity in the cymbal work. There weren't a ton of times in this song where I was like, wow, like that's a crazy pattern or something like that from the kit. But like I said, a couple of different times, I like the fact that he was switching between the the cymbals in the hi-hat section on the chorus alone, which again kind of breaks up the monotony of what that chorus could have been and with how slow it was. And yeah, just the pacing of the chorus as a whole was interesting. Definitely a slower chorus, and kind of even a slower vocal melody, and they really slowed down the kit work and the guitar parts in those sections, which again is unique on its own. It was, like I said, it was still like not crazy guitar work from the rhythm guitar in those sections, but it was just kind of, I don't know, it was different. It was unique. I'd have to go back and listen again to give a more detailed breakdown. And then obviously, speaking of breakdowns, they brought the heaviness. I think at least twice. They definitely got heavy after the intro, and then there was I would call it a breakdown. After the first chorus, where they got pretty heavy there, and uh, yeah, I mean, there were definitely a couple of parts that I labeled genty, which may be off-putting to some people, but I dig that kind of stuff. And that's really where that guitar tone that I'm talking about shines through, with just how heavy it is, how thick it is, and without losing a lot of the little nuance or character that some of those really low-end guitar tones will have. Again, this was Erra, Nigh to Silence. A lot of fun. I'll be going back to some uploading some probably older requests that I've already recorded. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. I'm looking forward to more stuff from these guys.